Been fortunate to have almost every candidate for governor declared so far, at least for the 2018 race. And we're joined now by candidate Victor Mitchell, thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here in your studio.
Yes, you filed, and we've known that your name was in this race for quite a long time now, even though you still haven't actually had a big kickoff event. So what have you been doing?
A lot of grassroots. We've actually done over 150 events already. We have over 21,000 people on Facebook have liked us and followed us. We've got thousands of supporters all over the state. We can honestly tell you that of all the campaigns, we have the most amount of energy, the most amount of excitement and enthusiasm about our campaign. There seems to be a real energy for having an outsider, a problem solver, somebody that's not tied to any political establishments, but is not a career politician, but somebody that really loves Colorado and wants to fix and make our state better.
So let's talk just quickly about your background and how that relates to your governor race here, because you're a businessman, as you said. But you also did serve in the state legislature as well, so you have a bit of both.
Yes, I have a unique blend of both public and private sector experience, although I spent for 30 years since the age of 21, I started my first company. I have an interesting set of life experiences as well. I was raised by a 90% blind and deaf single mother. I took care of her from the age of 13 on. So I started working at 13.
Wow.
A product of the public schools, public education, and started my first company at 21 years of age. I've built 6 successful companies over the last 30 years.
What do you think translates from that experience, and then also your legislative experience, to running the state of Colorado? What do we need to do here? And sorry about that. What do we need to do here, and how can you help?
We have to make government work better. We have to bring confidence and faith back to our leaders and our institutions, and we're not going to get there with an establishment candidate. We're going to have to get there by thinking of things more dynamically, thinking of things more creatively, having a bit of imagination and a bit of risk-taking as well. I mean, we have so many bureaucracies in our state. When you really look at our roads, our schools, the regulatory environment to create a small business here in Colorado, I mean, small business is getting crushed here in Colorado. We've had 5,000 businesses close their doors in 2014 alone. We've had 120,000 pages of rules and regulations implemented here in Colorado since 2009. We just have to do better. We have to do better, we have to be smarter, and we have to have people that are not going to run from one office to another. I mean, like I served in the legislature, I know what it takes to get elected. But I also know that, after I served, I went right back into the private sector where I've spent my whole career. You know,
we just had a lot of talk recently about the health care bill in Congress. And as of this taping, the status may be a bit up in the air. But what do you see as the changes that need to be made? As a businessman, you must have seen some issues with the Affordable Care Act and what it's done to some businesses. What are you hearing?
I hear so much about health care. I talk, other than regulations, there's nothing I talk more about in health care. And I want to share a very brief story with your viewers. Last year, my wife and our son is a cadet at West Point, and we were visiting back east, and we drove some 400 miles after we saw him south into the deep Appalachians of Virginia. This tiny little health clinic in the middle of Appalachia is literally servicing up to 25,000 people a year. They do it entirely with nurse practitioners. It's all primary care. They're doing colonoscopies and mammograms, blood work, every type of work. They use telemedicine extensively if there's specialty care needed. The beauty of this clinic, they charge us $10 for a visit and $4 for a prescription drug. They give you vouchers. There's no insurance, and their entire budget's $1.5 million a year. So the reason I share this story with your viewers is because these types of innovations are available. We should be providing block grants directly to nurse practitioner clinics. That there's no reason why millennials shouldn't be able to access high-quality care, as well as low-income people. Medicaid is an absolute disaster for Colorado. I mean, most people that actually get Medicaid, did I say Medicare? I meant to say Medicaid.
Medicaid, sure.
Medicaid. Understood. Most doctors won't even accept it. It's completely rationed care, and it's actually poor care for many individuals. Medicaid just doesn't work. We have to get out of the exchange. We have to think bolder. We have to think differently. And there's types of innovations that are available that you can provide high-quality primary care affordably that's patient-centered without the need of insurance.
And that is a great, I mean, it's great to hear your perspective on that, because I think the conversation is going to go that way, and what the states can do more, certainly, as well, and also just to change not just insurance, but the healthcare system.
We have so many political leaders that all they do is talk and they talk and they talk, but they never think dynamically because they're thinking about their next election cycle. I mean, the whole debate has been about insurance, whether we should have it or not have it, repeal or replace. But there's innovations. I mean, why should you even really need? Why do you really even need insurance for primary care? You look at who the big winners have been of the Unaffordable Care Act. It's been the pharmaceutical companies, it's been hospitals, and it's been the insurance industry. Most people, we don't talk about, roughly a third of Coloradans that have insurance today can't afford their deductibles. $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 deductibles. What's the point of having insurance if you can't access high-quality primary care?
A lot of things going on besides just health care, and you are against tax increases in general. We just saw that big infrastructure efforts, that road improvements, looked like maybe Coloradans were going to get to vote on that, and it didn't happen in the last legislative session. So what would you do to fix our roads here? So
we have a very obscure committee in the General Assembly. It's actually one of the few committees called the Legislative Audit Committee, and they have equal members of House members and senators, equal members of Republicans and Democrats. It's one of the few truly bipartisan committees. This committee actually does financial auditing of all the state bureaucracies in our state. If we simply change the mandate of this committee from financial to performance auditing, where you're actually independently having independent auditors saying, you know, this department really doesn't need 3,300 employees. Maybe we could get by with 1,800 employees. We need this level of information systems, this types of applications to go forward. There's as much as $1 billion that could be saved without that, roughly 3.5% of our budget, without any tax increases, without any user fees. That's $1 billion to go roads and infrastructure that could go to lower the extremely high cost of higher education. I don't know if you've read, but today an article came out. Colorado is now the 4th expensive state in the country for a kid to go to to get an in-state degree here. Our public teachers are often working at very low wages. There's much that could go into higher ed. There's much that could go into public education as well as roads without tax increases. We just have to do more with less.
Sounds like Victor Mitchell wants to restructure some of the things in Colorado's government. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be watching your race closely, and good luck out there.
Please check out my website at vicforgov.com, and I look forward to seeing you on the trail.
All right, Ann, back to you.
And you can watch all of our interviews with those running for governor on thedenverchannel.com. Just look for the Politics Unplugged page of thedenverchannel.com. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you back here next Sunday for another edition of Politics Unplugged.